can't see what you're talking about. So, okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to college basketball here at Viterbo University. Women's basketball here. This is a women's-men's doubleheader tonight. Yours truly, I'm Craig Otto. We'll have the women's game for you here. Somebody else will have the men's game to follow. And drive back and do the real job about 50 minutes away tomorrow morning. Viterbo here in the opening game is taking on Indiana University Northwest. The Hawks are 7-10 on the year, 5-5 in Chicagoland play. They're in 8th place officially in the conference, but in a three-way tie in the loss column for 6th in the league. Top 8 make the conference tournament. And the team right behind them in the conference standings is Indiana Northwest. They're 4-7 in league play, 5-14 overall. They are 3-4 in their last 7. Just 8 players available tonight for Northwest as the V-Hawks win the opening tap directly to Gadel. Gadel fouled, will shoot 2, 4 seconds in. V-Hawks have won a couple straight here to get back to 500 in conference play. This is the only meeting between these two this season. The starters here for Viterbo, 3 Marley Hughes, 5 Lauren Gadel, 10 Pirwiteko Foley, 20 Nora Tucker, 33 Carly Drew. As Gadel makes the first. The opening foul on Northwest was on 24 Madeline Murray. Starters for Northwest are 1 Ava Kingery, 11 E.J. Brown-Griffin, as Gadel makes the second free throw. 14 Isabella Soria, 24 Madeline Murray, 33 Gracie Little. As we said, just 8 available players, and they make some sense for Viterbo to try and push the pace tonight, which looks like they will to start. Kingery here setting the offense. Viterbo open man-to-man defensively. Brown-Griffin there with the ball, 11. Nice feed down inside to Soria. We're tied at 2 apiece. Brown-Griffin, junior college transfer. Defensive player of the week in the conference 2 weeks ago. Had 2 double-doubles that week, so a big week for her and one of their other players. Also a conference player of the week. Tucker for 3, just off to the right. And battle for the rebound. Will taken on by Viterbo. Drew drives and fouled, and is fouled. Will shoot 2. Tucker had 22 in a game earlier this season. That was the season high until Drew scored 23 in a recent game. All sorts of different colored shoes tonight. Got pink shoes, purple shoes, red shoes, yellow shoes, green shoes. Good night for a youngster to learn their colors. 3-2 Viterbo here, less than a minute in. As we said, only meeting between these two, and with these two pretty close in the conference standings, with Viterbo in 8th in a 3-way tie for 6th in the loss column, and Northwest in a 2-way tie for 9th, with the top 8 making the league. Pretty important game. Not only do you help yourself in the standings here late in the season, but a good defense by Teko Foley forces the travel call on Soria. Big time starter ground that time did Teko Foley. Touch surprise, there's some full court pressure here from Northwest, but more token man-to-man pressure, nothing real serious. And Gadel had time in a post-up. Tucker tried to get it to her late, probably should have gotten it to her early. Drew now for 3 from the corner is long. Tried to tip the rebound, but Brown-Griffin comes out of there with it. 6'1" senior from Chicago. 3 now on the way is good by number 1 Avery Kingery. First lead of the night for Northwest. Good low post feed by Teko Foley. Even maybe got too deep that time, and passes deflected and stolen by Northwest. And he liked the post up above the block outside the lane. Teko Foley got inside the restricted area that time, almost on the post up. Almost too deep, as I said, allows the help defense from the weak side to be in a little better position as Teko Foley to deflection and forces out of bounds on Brown-Griffin. Brown-Griffin again. Step back jumper from the elbow line, drive jumper no good, rebound Hughes. Gato push didn't have numbers. Euro step, nice under Euro step that time. And Gato converts, and the V-Hawks back in front, 6-5. Once again, some 2-2-1 3/4 court pressure from Viterbo. Trying to steer a little left is Tucker. Had some help there from Tecco Foley. Shot clock hadn't been an issue for either team a whole lot yet. Down to 8 on this possession on the clock. Drive and force something. Down to 2 to shoot. Now he went up and beat the buzzer off to the left and rebound Tecco Foley on a missed shot by Murray, and then a reach-in foul on Northwest. Ben Leibel, one of the officials tonight, recognized the other two gentlemen, but don't recall their names. Leibel here, also the commissioner of the biggest local high school conference in this part of the world. Tucker handling the ball a little bit more than what she did in the early season game I did. Haven't been here for a couple months to do a ball game. Traveling violation, I believe, was the call on Viterbo, so Northwest will get it back. We'll get to the 4 factors here a little bit for both teams, maybe at a quarter break or at a timeout. Split on the 4 factors tonight. Going to be on the 4 factors as Northwest able to beat some pressure. Deflected again by Tecco Foley. And blocked from behind by Hughes. Saved by Brown Griffin. Runner on the way. Shot clock did reset in that. Did not reset in that exchange. So had time to shoot that time for Northwest, but miss, and Turbo's got it. A couple of bodies down off the ball. 3 from the corner by Tucker is short. Rebound Tecco Foley. Her putback is good. Good work inside. Look like it's going to be a fun matchup tonight. Brown Griffin, 6'1" senior from Chicago, previously played at Governor State in a conference, so an inter-conference transfer. I believe she played junior college ball before that from the notes I read. Line drive 3 again from Kingery is good. Kingery's got 2 threes, has 6 of the 8 points here to begin the ball game for Northwestern. We're tied at 8. We'll post feed to Gadel. Tried to go up and under and I think got bailed out. I think she was going to travel, drag the pivot foot, but Soria got her as she went into that up and under move. First on Soria, 4 on Northwest here in the early going, so Viterbo going to be in the bonus final 5:35 of this quarter after this baseline left inbound for Hughes. Tecco Foley out and 40 Kira John in. John, the defensive player in the week in the conference here, about a month ago now. Had 8 rebounds, 3 blocks without fouling in a game, which led to her winning that defensive player of the week in the conference a while back. Kilo fouled, will shoot 2. That's the second personal on Soria, and with just 8 players available, got to be careful to make sure nobody gets real wild in terms of fouls. Brown Griffin out of the game as well. Gato makes the first free throw. The Hawks back in front 9-8. Sub at the table is to Chloe Oss. She'll check in if Gato makes the second. Gato makes them both. Off in for Drew. John reminds you a little bit of Modessa Collins, who played here about, getting close to about 8 or 10 years ago now. Did Collins. Missed her senior season, did Collins. Played 3, I think her last year was 18, if I recall correctly. I post a Howell, who checked in at that last break for Brown Griffin. Pull up wing jumper from Kingery is short. Rebound down to Off. Sideline break to Gadel. Versatile Gadel here, opening 3 now from Hughes is short. Rebound John, short side, but a push off, they'll say, on John. It wasn't the near side official that called it, was the offside official. Excuse me, that called it. Foul on John is her first and the team's first. Well, saying John reminds you a little bit of Collins, a little bigger than Collins, but pretty good wide body and pretty versatile inside. John maybe a little better defensive player, the 2 a little taller, and Collins maybe a little better offensive player, those 2, and not quite as tall, but equally strong inside. Deep 3 on the way is good from Madeline Murray. Lead volleyballs back and forth, and Northwest back in front 11-10. Decent pace there so far, and a decent offensive game here in the first 5.5 minutes or so. Viterbo a little better on the offensive end than they were when we saw them early in the season. Against some strong opponents. And mind you, played Dordt, the defending champ and #1 in the country to begin the season. Down to 6 to shoot. Down to 5, as you hear in the background. Gadel's going to have to fire one up off balance and traveled before she put it up and missed it anyways. Get immediate timeout here. 4:09 remaining in the first. 11-10 Northwest over the V-Hawks. Let's look at the 4 factors here while we get an opportunity. Slightly better shooting percentage for Northwest, 38.9% to 37.9%. So slight advantage there for Northwest. V-Hawks better offensive rebounding team, 14.6 a game. 9.6 a game for Northwest. Significantly better in turnovers as Viterbo. The number's a touch high at 16. Brown Griffin will check in here during the timeout. But Northwest committing 23-point turnovers a game. Northwest does get to the foul line a little bit more, 14.9 a game, 14.2 attempts for Viterbo, and Viterbo's been better getting to the foul line here early. So that advantage tonight that thought going in might be in favor of Northwest, might be in favor of Viterbo. Always comes down to shooting for the most part, but New York better getting more possessions with the offensive rebounds and losing fewer possessions with the turnovers and getting to the line, at least tonight, a little better early on to get yourself some easy opportunities. Shooting-wise for Northwest, good free throw shooting team at 72%, poor three-point shooting team at just 30%. So within that slight advantage in the shooting percentage, as we said, good free throw shooting team, bad three-point shooting team, even though Kingery has hit a couple here early on. Northwestern made the national tournament a year ago, got to make the conference tournament first, then barring a big run in the conference tournament, not going to make it this year. I said got to make it first, and getting a win tonight would help that cause, but you still got to pass some other people to get to that point. Down to 8 to shoot. Kingery with it, drives on off, and travel. Nope, got a foul. Once again, underneath official called that, even though the ball was kind of near the three-point line. Off will pick up the foul. Hurst just a second on Viterbo, so a baseline right inbound here for Little. Yeah, got to fight through screens. Probably got to go over the top of every screen for now for Kingery. Short shot missed by Howe, and the rebound down to Gadel. Transition feed to 0, Shayna Williamson in briefly a moment ago. A different group of substitutes off the bench. Hughes now about an 18-foot wing jumper is good. V-Hawks back in front 12-11 and leading kind of volleyballing back and forth here in the early going. Live stats fell off. We'll pick those up again at the quarter break. Drive and a travel on Northwest. CeCe Davis in for the V-Hawks. Replaces Gadel. Good minutes for Gadel here in the early going. Just handled the pass, but no issue there for Davis. Williamson trying to shake the defender. Got away with a travel there, I think. Back to Davis. Still plenty of time to shoot. Low post feed to John. John will turn and go. Nice move to the right side of the bucket and makes the layup. The Hawks back it's up 3 now, I should say, 14-11. Drive by Howe. Euro step fouled. Will shoot 2. John will pick up that foul. Second on John here in the early going. 2 fouls, but first quarter, so at least for now, John will remain in the ball game. No subs at the table. A real good-looking free throw that time by Howell. 6-foot senior from Portage, Indiana. Howell makes the second 14-12. Thought I had a point on Howell, but it was somebody else that I had on the score sheet that's no longer on the roster, so we will not mention it. Low post feed again to John. John sets her up, goes to the opposite block and scores. Well, after those two post moves, I'm going to say maybe better than Modesta Collins. Across the timeline, picks up the dribble in a bad spot, does little, but okay. Using a variety of defenders on Kingery. Right now it is Davis that is playing Kingery. Down to 10 to shoot. High post feed to Brown Griffin. Attacks John, fouled. John's going to pick up her third foul. Teco Foley's going to check in for her. So John, two nice post moves here. We're going to have to check out with the 3 fouls, and she's talking to the official, getting an explanation on the call. So 2 free throws here for Brown Griffin. 16-13 the Viterbo lead, $1:46 left in the quarter. Tough schedule this year so far for Northwest as Brown Griffin makes them both. And she'll check back out. Anaya Hinton-Henry in. First action of the night. She's a sophomore from Hammond, Indiana. Everybody from Indiana or Illinois in the roster here for IU Northwest, not unexpectedly. Second-year coach in Nikki Monahan. Good player here at Northwest. They played in a non-conference tournament here at Viterbo early season for several years when she was playing. It was probably 8 or 10 years ago now at this point. She was a good player. She was the MVP of that tournament one of those years. So maybe about 10 years ago now. Near turnover and stolen by Hughes. Awful Puss lost it, but off the body of Murray. It'll stay with Viterbo. A reversal here of a 1-4 flat. Pass is a little short, but able to complete it to Teco Foley. Not a real good inbounds play there, but did get it in. Good ball fake and drive. Pull-up jumper Williamson, no good. Rebound down to Howell. Or Hinton-Henry, excuse me. Good closeout that time by Off. All 3 on the way is in and out from Little. Rebound onto the V-Hawks and Williamson. Good pass down low. Good job. Step back thought created an angle that time to Teco Foley, but couldn't convert. Murray might have got away with a hook that time, just getting the offense set to go, and it'll eventually lead to a layup for Howells. We're tied at 16. 1 second difference, game and shot clock here. Viterbo's got it with 25 left in the quarter. And yeah, about a 1 second difference, as we said, game and shot clock. So Viterbo can basically run it down here, take the final shot of the quarter if they'd like. Fire 3 from Williamson is good. Kind of a rise and fire 3 that time. V-Hawks back up 3. We'll put some pressure on, down to 6 left in the quarter. Stolen or deflected, I should say, by Teco Foley, out of bounds with 4.4 left in the corner. Or in the quarter, excuse me. Murray will inbound. Teco Foley will front. A lot of traffic in there to feed there. Kingery will drive, try and create a shot. Pull up a deep 3 off balance at the horn, no good. V-Hawks lead 19-16 after 1. We're talking about that schedule for Northwest a second ago. Let's talk about that. They are 5-14 on the year, but they have played 7 ranked teams. Against the non-ranked teams, they are 5-7. So you take out the ranked teams, Viterbo's got a better record too. We said they played a very tough schedule in the first couple, but has cooled off since then a little bit in terms of schedule. And we did talk about the 4 factors. Slight fact, kind of a 2-2 in favor of the 4 factors. Big advantages for Viterbo in offensive rebound and turnovers. Slight advantage for Northwest in field goal percentage and free throw attempts, but the free throw attempts may be swinging to Viterbo a little bit tonight. Maybe a little bit of the reason they have this 3-point lead after 1. Our conference ranks here, let's get to that too. Brown Griffin is 5th in the conference in shooting percentage at 50%, 5th in the conference in rebounding, 8.4 a game. Teco Foley is 5th in the conference in blocks, so I always said that Brown Griffin Teckle Foley matchup, if it materializes again, it might be pretty good. It might materialize a little bit more in the second quarter because Dorn's got those, or John, has those 3 fouls. So I imagine we will not see John for the rest of the quarter. Making some notes here for Jordan Scar. We hope to have him after the ball game. I started talking about other stuff and still didn't get the live scoring up here, so we'll get that up at the half, so we get some scoring for you before we take a break for the half. Deflection by Drew, but King are able to re-corral it. Reverse dribble, step back 3, off balance 3, short, hit the net, air ball. Ball bounced out of bounds. Drew, we get a foul on Drew or on Kingery here in the perimeter. And we got a foul on Drew on the perimeter. It'll stay with Northwest. And that was like establishing a box out as Drew picks up the foul, her first and the team first, but a little too aggressive there. Didn't really affect the play. A lot of times that's not called, but was called in that case. Trying to get it down low. That Teckle Foley Brown Griffin matchup. There's 3 from the wing is good by Isabella Soria. Tied at 19, opening minute of the second quarter. Tucker will drive, tried to whip it down low. Loose ball in the lane, and Northwest will come out of there with it. Jump stop, fake a pass, make a pass for Tucker there. 3 on the way from Howell, no good. Long rebound down to Tucker. Tucker, good rebounder for a forward. Hughes will get it back to Tucker over the top. Tucker, right wing 3 on the way in and out. Long rebound tapped by Teckle Foley, but Little will come out of there with it for Northwest. Drive by Little. Plenty of time to shoot, 12 to shoot. Drive now by Howell. Good help defense. Teckle Foley had Brown Griffin open in the lane. Didn't get it to her. She was open enough that she got the rebound and missed the putback. Rebound down to Drew. Transition feed to Hughes. 2-on-1. They'll lob it to Gadel. Gadel got bumped. No call. Back to Hughes, and the layup is good. Good pass by Gadel. Timeout taken by Northwest. They'll get a sub in here in Madeline Murray. Was there timeout taken or no? Apparently no timeout taken. Thought there was a timeout there. What was the stoppage for if there wasn't a timeout? Perhaps there. Okay, there was an injury. I apologize. I missed that. That player that left there, Howell, is actually going to go to the locker room. So Northwest for the moment down to 7 players. Trapped in the corner and stolen. Stolen by Drew. Drew pushes, guys at 3-on-2. Then a reach-in foul. Big time got away with a reach-in foul that time. Did Soria. Break for the V-Hawks. They'll stay with the ball. Should say break for Northwest. V-Hawks will stay with the ball. We got another injury here. Looked like Soria got bopped in the nose. So when I hit and Henry will check back in for her. Now Soria's got to leave the bench area here. She's going to go to the bench. So Howell left. Soria is on the bench. I think she got bopped in the nose. I think she'll be okay big picture. Howell coming back. No, Trainer coming back. Still do not see Howell coming back. One of the 2 Trainer. Okay, there's Howell coming back out of the locker room area. So now they're going to work on Soria. She got bumped in the nose. Looks like Howell's okay, and Howell will be back available. So I think Soria will be eventually here. 8 players, 6 at the moment, but looks like Howell's back and available 7, and I think Soria will be back and available at some point, so 8. High post to Gadel. Gadel will drive. Got it deflected. Tipped and battled for, and Hinton Henry will come out of there with it. Kingery pull up 3 from the corner long. Not a real good shot that time. Rebound V-Hawks. Tucker in transition, baseline jumper from Carly Drew is good. Kingery will push it up the sideline. Trap came a little bit early that time. Spacing wasn't real good. You might have heard Jordan Scar in the background kind of scream no that time, as you want that ball handler to get into the front court before you create the trap. And the trap comes a little soon. If it comes too soon, too, the spacing's not real good, and they're able to beat that over the top. Kingery will now drive. Thought about a pull. Nice feed down low. Nice pocket pass to Brown Griffin for the bucket inside. Back to a 2-point game at 23-21. 7 minutes remaining first half. We thought about a three. Because of the injuries and lack of available bodies here, got to go to a zone, it does Northwest. Tecco Foley got it blocked by Brown Griffin. Second attempt, no good. Gadel on the putback on the weak side is good. (25-21). That's the largest lead. There you go. The trap came the right time, just didn't get there quickly enough. Murray with it. Weak side three on the way from Hinton Henry, no good. Able to chase down her own rebound, no held ball. And Northwest got it at the quarter. V-Hawks will get it here. And the high school rule has kind of gone to what the college rule used to be, or what the college rule is, and kind of has always been. If that, it's a the ball doesn't go out of bounds. If it's some sort of a violation on the floor and it's inside the three-point line, they give it to you now on the baseline. Don't give it to you to the near spot on the floor. No perspiration on the floor here that they'll wipe up near the left elbow. Yeah, but they've gone to that in high school. They used to be their own high schools. Violation committed wherever, you just go to the near spot on the floor. Now they go to specific spots. You either go to the 28-foot marker on the baseline, and that's pretty much what they've been doing in college for quite a while. Still in that 2-3 zone, kind of a matchup 2-3 though, not a real soft 2-3 by Northwest. Screen the zone, Tucker for three off to the right. Rebound weak side, Hughes battled for it, and Kingery going to get a breakaway layup. Drew going to hustle back and hound it a little bit, but layup by Kingery is good. Kingery's got at least 8. Couple threes early and a bucket there. 2-point game again with under 6 left in the half. 3 now on the way from Drew. Like to get a paint touch of some sort there, either through the high post or a post up and a kick back out versus just fired around the perimeter and shoot 3. John with the 3 fouls. Imagine she's done for the half. We'll see if they go to somebody else other than Tecco Foley inside. Kingery again for 3 from the hip is good. Third 3 of the early going for Kingery, and Northwest back in front, 26-25. Tucker now in transition, couldn't catch the pass. Hughes thought led her at the right amount, but apparently led her too much. Ball back to Northwest. Chloe off in for Hughes for the V-Hawks. Like the pace, though. Push the pace, make them play fast with a lack of bodies. Still have not seen Howell. Is Howell back in now? We still have not seen Howell since she left, even though she's back in the bench. And we haven't seen Soria since she left. 3 on the way in and out and in for Kingery. Fourth 3 of the early going for Kingery, and largest lead thus far for Northwest at 4. And even with 3 fouls, we are going to see Kira John in the game. Drive now by Gadel, underlaid the layup. Rebound, Tecco Foley is back and good. Timeout, Viterbo, 30-second timeout. That's not John, by the way. That's for C.C. Davis. I apologize. 29-27, Northwest leads. 4:27 remaining first half. So they're still working on Soria on the sideline. Soria is now going to leave the bench and go with the trainer, so. Said we haven't seen Howell since then, so. At the moment, I believe only 6 available for Northwest. Good news is they don't believe they're in any serious foul trouble anywhere. And Gadel can kind of play a 4 with Tecco Foley. And you're okay with that if you can't use John as much. Williamson listed as a guard, but could probably play a little bit of the 3. And Tucker listed as a guard could also play at the small forward spot some. All right, that bucket by Tecco Foley means it'll be Northwest ball. Full court trap here. This is a diamond and 1 trap for Viterbo. No trap in the corner. Trying to tie it up is Tecco Foley, and timeout Northwest here to avoid a potential turnover. 30-second timeout. 4 seconds off in that exchange. They should only have 6 seconds to get the ball over half court. There's actually 27 on the shot clock, so they should have 7 remaining to get it over half court here after the timeout. Said men's game between these two coming up next here. Stick around after this one. If you're in western Wisconsin, you may be hanging out at home tonight anyways. A little bit of the white garbage outside tonight. All right, here should have 7 to get it across here after that timeout. They'll set up in a 1-4 flat. They'll bust off of that and throw it into the front court. Chased down by Hinton Henry. 1-on-1 to the bucket. Good jump stop to allow the defender off to go by. Good out-of-bounds play by Monahan to get him a bucket and back to a 4-point lead. Davis lost the handle, but got able to get it to Gadel. High post Tecco Foley. Good crisp pass off that to Gadel. Drives baseline. Got stuck in the alley. Was able to throw it off of Hinton Henry and keep the possession. Hold on here. The shot clock reset. The clock never started, actually, after that last inbound. So, um, 15 off, maybe? Educated guess. Maybe take it down to 4:08. Took them about between 5 and 10 to get it that way, and about 5 and 10 to get it this way. We'll see what they end up putting on the clock. They're going to put 18 on the shot clock, so they're going to leave the game clock at 4:23. They're going to take 12 seconds off of that as well. So we're going to leave the game clock at 4:23 and take 12 off the shot clock. So we'll actually play 10 minutes and 12 seconds in this second quarter. America's play 3 from the corner is no good by Auth. Rebound weak side Gadel. Turbo definitely winning that battle, the offensive rebound battle here so far. Drive now by Davis, fouled. Will shoot 2. Good drive by C.C. Davis, gets herself to the line. The foul is on Little for Northwest, her first, team's first of the quarter. This is the first. Stays a 4-point game. One of 2 for Davis. Still would like more pressure from Viterbo. Maybe his full court man-to-man pressure doesn't necessarily have to be a trap. Maybe more of a presser, just to force them to use some extra energy here when they're shorts and bodies. Sori now has left the bench area again, still not back. Good help down low, and the steal that time by Auth. Give Kingery some credit. She's got a motor. Maybe bumped off a couple of times, but no call. And a near deflection, and it'll stay with the V-Hawks. They play pretty aggressively in passing lanes, does Northwest, for only having... Okay, Sori is on the bench. Got blocked by either the official or Coach Monahan a moment ago. 31-28 Northwest here with under 3.5 left in the half. Still in that half-court, fairly aggressive 2-3 zone. Low post feed Tecco Foley, then couldn't handle the kick out that time, and it'll go back to Northwest. There we go, get the live stats back up. High post to Brown. Brown Griffin, excuse me. She drives, off balance, fouled, will shoot 2. Tekel Foley will pick up that foul. Third foul of the quarter in the V-Hawks. Second on Tekel Foley. I think you might have to leave her in right now if you're Jordan Scar. Might not have a choice. Okay, they are going to go with Tucker, it looks like, so they're going to go with a little smaller lineup without a true center, and they'll go with Hughes going to check in as well. Got to wait for the second free throw, so V-Hawks won't get this possession on a miss by Brown Griffin. Makes it so the V-Hawks will be allowed to sub. Tekel Foley out with the 2 fouls. Drew out with the 2 fouls, so smallish lineup here. Going to have to play with like Tucker's a 4 and Gadel going to have to play inside. Well, Tucker's going to play outside, so going to kind of play a 5-out zone offense, basically, is what Viterbo's going to play here at the moment. Drive by Davis. Kick to Tucker. Nothing available there. Still basic zone principles. Got to beat it more with the pass than you do with the dribble. Ball screen from Tucker. Weak side 3 is good. Good offense there as Davis hits the 3. Good backside screen from Tucker to set up that 3 from Davis. Back to a 1-point game with 2.5 left in the half. Right by Brown Griffin. Gate will do best to guard her, and a steal by Off. Off had a nice defensive first half. On court to Davis. Keeps the dribble. Runner short. May have gotten altered that time. Rebound put back. Gadel no good. Battle for the rebound again. This will move to the floor. Never did get tied up. Good hustle play, but then a steal by Kingery. And then a foul on the V-Hawks on Davis. First foul on Davis, 4 in the quarter now on Viterbo, so IU Northwest in the bonus final, 2:06 of the half. Okay, good news, Howell is back in. So looks like she's okay as Brown Griffin will check out. Still have not seen Sorian. She's still holding her nose. I don't know if she's got a bandage on that and holding it or not, but she has not returned since she got bopped in the face. Drive now and a foul on Davis. Jordan Scar looking for a hook on that play, but no call. Davis will pick up the foul. That'll be her second, I believe, in 5 team fouls on the V-Hawks. V-Hawks over the limit. Shooting 2 here is Little. Makes the first. 33-31, $1.51 left in the half. So John's got 3, Tekel Foley's got 2, Davis has got 2. As far as fouls for Viterbo, is Little makes them both. Tucker with it. She'll whip it across to Davis. Davis for 3 to tie is short. Battle for the rebound weak side. Put back up and good. Got tapped by Gadel, and Chloe Off will come out of there with a bucket in the land of the tall timber. 1-point game again. Howell will drive on Gadel. Shot no good. Rebound Tucker. Tucker will push. Give off 3 on the way for Davis. That one is an air ball. Might have skimmed something on the way by in the backside, but the Hawks will get a break off the hands of Northwest. Brown Griffin back in. She'll replace Hinton Henry. Fake handoff. Elbow jumper on the way from Hughes. No good. Long rebound to Gadel. Gadel had a nice game on the glass so far, in addition to some points in the lane. Davis for 3 from the wing. Long. He was trying to chase down the rebound in the corner, cannot. Still don't love the zone offense, not getting enough post-ups and kickouts or high post feeds and kickouts, or potentially even setting up a little high-low with the offense. So hope to talk to Jordan Scar after the ballgame. Haven't talked to him since early in the season. Loose ball, good hustle on the floor. V-Hawks come out of there with Davis. 35 left in the quarter, about a 6-second difference. Game and shot clock if Viterbo opts to hold. Hughes will not do that. She'll drive baseline, kick back out to Gadel. And the Hawks may hold for one now. We'll see. He was going to fire three from the left wing. Good. Rims down. V-Hawks back in front by 2. Ten left on the clock. Shot clock is off. Northwest can get the final shot of the half if they'd like. Kingery with it, drives with 3. About a 20-footer just inside the line. Shot no good. And the V-Hawks will go to the half with a lead. 36-34. Led 19-16 after 1. So Northwest outscores them 18-17 in the second, but pretty even ball game here. I don't think either team's been ahead by more than 4. A lot of ties, a lot of lead changes so far. Pretty even ball game, not unexpected for a team that's in 8th in the league and a team that's tied for 9th in the league. Yeah, very even in the shooting percentages too. Indiana Northwest shot 39% in the first half. 11 of 28 V-Hawks, 38%, 13 of 34, so they got 6 more opportunities. Had 2 more turnovers, but had 9 offensive rebounds to 3, so that has definitely favored Viterbo as we thought it might going in. Turnovers have not like we thought it might be going in. Pretty equal getting to the line, and both teams shooting it well. V-Hawks 7 of 8 from the line, Northwest 6 of 8. Northwest staying in this because they've made 6 of 14 threes. V-Hawks just 3 of 13 from 3 in the first half. Both teams 7 assists. 5 steals for Viterbo. V-Hawks better off the bench, 6-0 better in second chance points, 11-3. Better in the paint, 16-10, despite me not loving their zone offense at times in this first half. Individually, Kingery leads Northwest with 14 as She's got the 4 threes, a couple assists as well. Braun Griffin with 5 and 4 rebounds, 3 of 4 from the line. Soria with 5, including a 3. Howell with 3, 1 of 2 from the line. Murray with a 3-point basket. Hitting Henry with a bucket, Little with a couple of free throws for Northwest. Warren Gadel leads the V-Hawks in the first half with 8, 4 from the line, 6 rebounds as well, so on pace for a double-double. 7 for Marley Hughes, 3 of 5 shooting. She's got a 3 couple of assists. Davis with 4, 1 of 2 from the line. Tecco Foley, 2 of 4 from the floor, 4 rebounds as well. Drew with 4 points and a couple rebounds. Kira Johns got 4 before she picked up the 3 fouls. Williamson's got a 3. Oss got a bucket. The Hawks played 8 players in that first half. Northwest, I assume, played all 8 they have available. They did, so. First thing I was going to check was foul trouble. Soria's got 2 for Northwest, maybe part of the reason she did not come in addition to the fact that she got bopped in the nose. The Hawks dealing with a little more foul trouble, deeper team today, but dealing with a little more foul trouble. John's got 3, Tecco Foley's got 2, and somebody else had 2, I thought. Maybe not. I thought Davis had 2. Davis just 1 they've got on the stats here, so. All right, we'll take a halftime break, about 12 minutes or so. 36-34, V-Hawks lead Indiana Northwest at the break here. Back with you in about 11 or 12 minutes for the second half. Welcome back here to Viterbo University, La Crosse, Wisconsin women's basketball tonight. Chicagoland Conference matchup. Just wrapping up the halftime activities with the V-Hawks leading Indiana Northwest 36-34 at the half. Looks like it'll be Drew, Tucker, Hughes, Gadel, and Tecco Foley, so starters for the V-Hawks to begin the second half. It'll be IU Northwest ball here to begin the second half. They'll go with Kingery, Murray, Little, Brown Griffin, and Howell. So Howell starting the second half after Soria started the ball game. So Soria not in to begin the second half. All right, the Hawks up 2 here to begin the second. Second half, to be specific. Down to 12 to shoot. Drive. Foul on Tecco Foley. So Tecco Foley's got 3. 21 seconds into the half. John has 3. Two free throws here for Murray. Said both teams shot it pretty well from the line in the second half. Both teams 8 free throw attempts. Viterbo 2 more turnovers. Viterbo much better on the glass. IU Northwest the slightly better field goal shooting team, so they won 2.5 of the 4 factors in the first half, but the V-Hawks the big offensive rebound advantage. Got them 6 more chances and 1 of 2 from the line to begin the half, so 1-point game. Good flash that time by Tecco Foley, but didn't get it to her. Drew now drive and kick to Tucker with 10 to shoot. Tucker did not score in the first half, gets the opening bucket here of the second. 3-point V-Hawks lead. Trying to slip that screen that time. Pass was off the mark, but able to chase it down was Murray. 12 to shoot. No good from the foul line area. Rebound Gadel that time on the little miss. He's had a baseline drive. Instead of ended up getting it reversed to Drew for 3. Good. Connolly Drew for 3. The Hawks up 6. Largest lead of the night for either team thus far. Good front that time by Tecco Foley. Man, kind of 3/4 to front to get the steal. Good start to the V-Hawks after that foul. Gadel drive, spin. Might have got away with the travel, but scores down low. 7 straight for the V-Hawks. Haven't been much of a run for either team in this game here. It's probably the closest we've come. Would have been a long step-in 3 that time for Murray. Kind of in transition and stepping into the shot after penetration. Would have had the things you like, but would have been from maybe a step or two too deep. 10 to shoot. Kingery drives and spins. 6 to shoot. Gonna have to heave one up was Kingery. Kingery step back 3 from the wing. Short, rebound Tecco Foley. Drew will push. Drew creates some space down low. Got the shot block. Nice help defense and a block by Hall, but the V-Hawks come out of there with it with Hughes. Back into the corner. Drew for 3, short. Rebound Tecco Foley. Put back no good, but a foul. Brown Griffin will pick up that foul. Second on her. So he said nobody in real serious foul trouble thus far for Northwest with only, I think, 7 players available at the moment. Sorio's got her warm-up back on the bench, so she may not be available. Missed the free throw, stays an 8-point lead. Sub in here on a make. Eight straight for the V-Hawks to lead by 9. Hitting Henry back in for Brown Griffin. There's the trap. Good press break. Always good to get to that cutter in the middle to break a trap. Good ball fake by Kingery. Drives by Tekel Foley. And Tekel Foley going to pick up that foul. She's got 4. John, the backup center, has 3, and John's going to go to the table and check in. The Hawks got some okay minutes with Gato playing the center. May have to do that here if John picks up her 4th in this quarter. Kinger a little banged up there, took the worst for wear that time from Tekel Foley. Doesn't have a lot of deep bench, and Kingery's been their best player tonight, so she's going to have to kind of gut it out and stick with her. Good inbound play. Missed the no-footer that time, however, did Howell. Rebound Gato. Tucker with a little drive baseline. Creates some space down low. Off balance shot and good. High degree of difficulty shot that time for Tucker, but converts, and we'll get a timeout Northwest. 10-0 run here for the V-Hawks. We're up 36-34 at the half. Free throw to start the half for Northwest, but 10 straight for the V-Hawks since then. Now a double-digit lead for the first time tonight, 46-35 with 6:55 left in the third. Gadel now in double figures with 10. Still on pace for a double-double. She's got 7 rebounds. If John picks up her 4th, he can probably go something like Gadel, Hughes, Drew Tucker. You're probably going to have to go with the guard, maybe Author, somebody like that at that 5th spot. So it's a little smaller lineup, but the V-Hawks kind of managed that okay in the first half after John picked up the 3. And Tekel Foley had 2, and they wanted to get a few minutes for somebody else inside. And Gadel rebounded pretty well tonight. Big reason you can go with that smaller lineup with the fouls. So John back for the first time tonight, first time in the second half, after 3 fouls. She was pretty effective on a couple of back-to-back post possessions in the first half. And traveled with it that time after getting into the front court, did Murray. And the trap, his trap has been effective here in the second half, for some turnovers. We had Tucker available down low, didn't get it to her. Hughes thought about a pull-up. Instead to John with 12 to shoot. Kick out Drew from the corner for 3 long, kind of off the heel as well. Then Gadel will pick up a rebound foul on the weak side, and she went over the top against Murray. Now, first foul for her, so no damage that way. 3 fouls on the V-Hawks in the quarter. You can be a little more aggressive if you're Viterbo with the extra personnel. Still have not seen Soria since she went out after getting bopped in the face. It's been man-to-man for, I believe, the whole ball game. Drive, altered by John. Dangerous defense that time, but does not pick up her 4th. Out of bounds, back to the V-Hawks. Drew with it. Nice baseline. Good defense by Kingery. Nice backdoor cut by Gadel, but then double team, got rid of it. 13 to shoot, still plenty of time. Top to John. Hughes with 8. Ball screen from John. 3 off, that's an air ball. Rebound Drew, put back underneath is underlaid. Hit the rim though, got a reset, then out of bounds. Did she save it? She did. Able to knock it off of Kingery is Drew. Ball stay with the V-Hawks. Legs not there as much in the second half for Northwest. A mild disagreement from Nikki Monahan. Yeah, that ball did hit the rim. They should get a shot clock reset. That's Nikki Monahan was checking on, make sure it did hit the rim. It did. Drew's putback attempt off the air ball hit the rim. John with it, tried to go up post to post that time to Gadel. Deflected and stolen by Murray. 46-35 V-Hawks here as we near the midpoint of the third quarter. To shoot. Braun Griffin, nice post move, got it blocked by John. And John's taking some chances with the 3 fouls, but she's got a couple of deflections. Shayna Williamson going to check back in for the V-Hawks. Gracie Little back in for Hinton Henry for Viterbo, or for Northwest. Drew out for the V-Hawks. Baseline right inbound for Little. Little might not playing 100% as well. Just notice now she's got a wrap on her left wrist, so. Shorthanded going in, have 8. Ron Griffin might have got away with the travel, and John picks up her 4th foul. So John's got 4, Tekel Foley's got 4. The Hawks are going to have to manage here another 4:56 of this third quarter with their center and their backup center with 4 fouls, and we've got our answer here. Davis is going to check back in. We'll get the media timeout as well, which will help. Now, good news is for the V-Hawks here, a 10-0 run. Northwest a little short-handed here. Doesn't look like they have their legs a whole lot in the second half. Bad news for the V-Hawks is that there's two post players, their starter and their backup post player, both have 4 fouls, 4 seconds past the midpoint of the third quarter. So we said they were effective end of the second quarter with kind of a smaller lineup, with Gadel playing inside, and kind of playing Hughes and Tucker, Drew, playing players with that around there, and then going with another reserve off the bench. As we said a couple of times, men's game between these two coming up next. Stick around for that after this one. Hope to have Viterbo head coach Jordan Scar after the ball game. The Hawks will be back at home on Saturday. Find that schedule. It's a 1 o'clock start against Mount Mary on Saturday. At Olivet a week from tonight. Olivet ranked at least at 1 point. I'm not sure if they still are. So you get one of the lighter touches in the league, Mount Mary, but then one of the stronger teams in the league in Olivet. 5 home games, 4 road games remaining for the V-Hawks, if I've tallied this correctly. 10 more, excuse me. Yeah, after tonight, 5 at home, 4 on the road. Second free throw for Braun Griffin, back to a 10-point game. Stops at least temporarily the 10-0 V-Hawk run. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get Gadel at the 5, Tucker, Davis, Williamson, and Hughes where they're on the floor right now. To shoot. Williamson ball fake, drive. Good show and go. Off the window, no good. Battle for the rebound down to Kingery. High post to Braun Griffin, trying to back down Hughes on a mismatch. No good, but a foul. Will shoot 2. Be the 15th foul of the half, or the quarter, excuse me, on, correction, 4th team foul, but point is, that is the 15th foul. Foul got put up a touch late. So super bonus for the remainder of the quarter. Braun Griffin will shoot 2 here. All the more reason not to foul for Viterbo. Well, he's good to help out in those comebacks if you're Northwest with the clock stopped. She makes them both, does Braun Griffin. So we said good free throw shooting team at 72% to, in general, not a team you want to put on the line, and in this specific game you don't want to put him in the line a little short-handed. He was a baseline jumper, no good. Tucker able to chase down the rebound on the weak side. The Hawks good in the first half, and they get another offensive rebound here. 10 to shoot after the reset. High post feed to Gadel. Braun Griffin got it blocked by Braun Griffin. Needed to use the left hand there a little more strongly. Transition feed. Little pull-up wing jumper is good. 5 straight for Northwest to get it back to a 6-point game. Howell at the table into the next stoppage. Fucked that out of bounds by Braun Griffin. Yeah, V-Hawks might need a timeout here. This is Last couple of minutes since John picked up her fourth has not gone well. Howell back in for, I believe that's Annie Troutman, it is. Tucker will drive to the elbow, all the way to the weak side. Pocket pass, weak side, draws the foul. Good pocket pass that time from Tucker to Gadel to shoot two. Now Brown Griffin's got three, I believe the first player in real serious foul trouble of any sort for Northwest. It is. You may want to attack her for the V-Hawks. Gadel makes the free throw. 47-43-16 left in the third. May want to attack Brown Griffin if you're the V-Hawks, get her into some foul trouble. Misses the second. Tucker able to chase down the rebound, save it, but saved it to Murray. Here drive from the elbow, kicks to Howell. Howell runner, no good, got her own rebound, and then off her hands out of bounds back to Viterbo. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Brown Griffin adept at getting to the line tonight. 6 of 8 from the line, just 1 of 9 from the floor is Brown. Yeah, V-Hawks may want to attack her, see if he can pick up a fourth on her. Not a good shooting night for her, but been their best post player. Tucker will drive, kick to Williamson. Free throw line jumper, elbow jumper from Gadel is good. 49-40. Largest lead, well, 11. It's 9 at the moment. Tucked down on the sidelines. Good deflection defense by Williamson. Hinton Henry back in, Howell out. I mean, they'd have available post players if Brown Griffin's out with 4, but they've kind of rotated those with her, with Hinton Henry and Howell, so they'd have to play maybe some extended minutes without Brown Griffin, and would have to do it with Howell and Hinton Henry. Had her on the post that time, didn't get it to her, did Hinton Henry. 3 now on the way in and out. Brown Griffin, the rebound, put back, fouled, will shoot 2. Gadel will pick up that foul. Gadel starting to get a little closer into foul trouble. I believe, no, it's only her second. Thought that might have been her third. 2 more free throws here for Brown Griffin. (49-41), 2:09 left in the third. Makes them both, 7-point game. A lot of life on this possession thus far. Kick to Hughes. Hughes will fire for 3 short. And good offensive rebound by Davis. Now a 3 on the way from Gadel. That's banked it in. Convenient late night banking hours for Lauren Gadel. Back to a 10-point game. Yeah, that was not a real good possession for Viterbo. Not a lot of pace and effort and flow on that offensive possession, but Gadel gets a break, banks in a 3 off an offensive rebound. Maybe the biggest reason the Jayhawks are up 10 right now is the offensive rebounds. Brown Griffin on a post up against Gadel. Turn, jump hook, banked it in. Yeah, I'd go at her, see if we can get a fourth. I think at this point she's probably sticking in for the rest of the quarter, but Tucker will drive, spin all the way to the bucket, off balance, up and good. Tucker did not score in the first half, 6 here in the third quarter. 10-point game with under a minute left in the third. Howell at the table and at the next stoppage. Deflection by Hughes, but stays with Northwest. Deep 3 from Kingery, no good. Probably a step or 2 out of her range that time, but Howell gets the rebound. Hinton Henry gets the rebound. Murray now drives, good defense by Hughes. 10 to shoot after the reset. Drive and a foul on Davis. That will send Northwest back to the line for 2. Howell in for Hinton Henry. Two free throws here for Little. And we see the men's players from IU Northwest and Viterbo in the background behind their respective women's benches. Missed them both, but rebound Braun Griffin and a foul on Gadel. Gadel's going to pick up her third. Jordan Scar employing his players to box out over there. On Griffin, Gadel's got 3. Teco Foley and John have 4. One of 2 from the line from Braun Griffin, 9-point game. Shot clock is off here. V-Hawks can get the final possession of the quarter. Could match their largest lead with a bucket, could take their largest lead with a 3. See what time Hughes attacks with here. Should get Williamson with 10. Try and get it on to Gadel with 7. Gadel will show and go kick to Tucker. Tucker now will show. Nice pocket pass to Gadel, layup good. That should do it for the third quarter. Good finish to the third quarter. Tucker with a nice quarter offensively there for the V-Hawks. 6 points, and I believe 3 assists in that quarter, so had a hand and I think 6 buckets in that quarter of the about 20 points that the V-Hawks had in the quarter. The V-Hawks outscored them 22-20, I should say, for Viterbo. To 11, outscored them 20-11 in the third quarter. Yeah, it looks like John and then maybe Teco Foley both going to check in. I don't think that would be the case, but would guess one of them will start the fourth quarter for the V-Hawks. 56-45, Viterbo heading to the third as they match their largest lead of the night. 36-35, a 10-0 run, 10 apiece since then. He leads the V-Hawks with 18 points. Didn't realize she had that many. 6 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the line. Hughes has 7, Drews has 7, Tucker has 6. Kingery leads IU Northwest with 14. Braun Griffin's got 13. Foley's got 6 rebounds. He leads the V-Hawks with 7 boards. I'm going to guess Braun Griffin leads IU Northwest in rebounds. She does with 6. A few of those on the offensive end. 3 assists for Murray for Northwest. Tucker leads the V-Hawks with 3 assists. Yeah, very nice third quarter there for Nora Tucker after she did not have a real good first half. So Kira John and Teco Foley will start the floor together on the fourth quarter. V-Hawks up 11 here as we head to the fourth. Kind of a key stretch here. V-Hawks can pull away a little bit and make this easy, or Northwest could maybe go on a little spurt here and make this a little more tighter game. John drives, jump hook in the lane from 6 feet, no good. Rebound down to Kingery. John guarding Braun Griffin with the 4 fouls. Teco Foley is guarding Howell right now. There's the low post feed to Braun Griffin. Turn, drives between defenders and scores. Now both Teco Foley and John didn't want to challenge too hard that time. Now maybe attack her on the other end with somebody else. Maybe attack her with Tucker or somebody like that to try and get a fourth on her. Make Nikki Monahan make a decision for Northwest. There we go, low post feed to Teco Foley, but immediately kicks back out. 10 to shoot. Drew for 3 from the corner, short. Rebound chased down, Drew chased down on rebound, picked up a foul. Kingery will pick up that foul. Not sure she agrees with the call. It's her second, first in the quarter on Northwest. He's inbound Teco Foley. Trying to get it to Hughes off a screen. Drew will rise and fire from the corner for 3, good. Second 3 of the ballgame for Drew. She's now in double figures with 10. And a steal by Tucker. Point lead. Largest line for the Turbo. Drew another 3. That one short, almost a neck ball. Put back John, no good. And picks up the foul on Braun Griffin. Key play there. John's got 4, but now Braun Griffin has 4, and Teco Foley has 4. Brown Griffin going to check out with the 4 fouls. Can't imagine this will be an extended run on the bench for Brown Griffin. She's been their best inside player tonight. Got to keep her in down 12 and take your chances. The free throw from John is good. 60-47 with 8:19 to play. John makes them both. 61-47. 14-point lead, largest of the night. The legs have not been there in the second half for Northwest. 8 available tonight. Soria has not returned since she got bopped in the head. Howell had to leave for a stretch in the first half as well. So at one point they only had 6 available. And with those 6 available right now, Brown Griffin's on the bench with 4 fouls. 8 to shoot. 3 on the way from Howell is good. Not scored much tonight has Howell. First points of the night for Howell. Nope, had 3 earlier. 6 points now for Howell. John will drive. Got a post advantage if you want to try and take advantage. Drew will drive baseline in the alley, whips to Hughes. Hughes for 3 from the corner, in and out. Rebound Tekel Foley, her putback good. Now Brown Griffin not being in there makes a huge difference. You can see some parts here. Kingery and Brown Griffin, some very nice parts, but don't have a lot of depth around that, at least tonight does Northwest. Howell will drive. Good extra pass in the corner, hitting Henry for 3 short. Got her own rebound, nobody in position, and Tekel Foley will foul out. So Tekel Foley will foul out tonight. She will foul out with 7 points and 7 rebounds. 3 of 5 shooting tonight was Tekel Foley. Gadel will check back in. So John's got 4. Gadel's got 3. Brown Griffin is out with 4 at the moment for Northwest. 7:09 to play. V-Hawks a reasonably comfortable lead, up 13. Howell drive, scoop one off balance. Gadel, even with 3 fouls, realized she didn't want to pick one up. 11-point game, 7 minutes to go. Tucker will drive to the elbow, kick to Drew. Drew will drive, hesitation dribble, shot no good, but John will chase down the miss. Shot clock did not reset, didn't hit the rim. Low post now to Hughes, kick out. Gadel for 3, in and out. Long rebound down to Kingery. Kingery will pick up the foul on Drew. Second team foul in the quarter, second personal on Drew. No guards in real serious trouble for foul trouble for either team. Murray will drive deep into the lane. John able to block that shot. Took a shot, got the block. Head advance to Drew. Drew in front of everybody. Drew to the bucket, layup good. Timeout Northwest. 65-52, 6:21 to play. 32nd timeout for Northwest. So Gadel with 18 and 7 boards. Drew's now with 10. Not had a real great shooting night, has Drew, but has 12, excuse me. Tucker Foley, as we said, fouled out with 7.7 rebounds. Tucker's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. A lot of those in all 3 categories in the second half. Brown Griffin leads Northwest with 15. 9 of 12 from the line, 6 rebounds as well. See if they opt to get her back in. It doesn't look like it. She's kind of standing behind the huddle. The 5 players on the floor and the bench. And Northwest has fallen off here in the second half. They were shooting 39% at the half. They're shooting 33% for the game now. They made 7. They have not made a 3 in the second half. They made 6 first half threes. They made 1 in the second half. Better job of getting to the line, but haven't shot it as well. Turnovers have evened up for V-Hawks only with 1 turnover here in the opening 13 and a half minutes of the second half. Offensive rebound still a big advantage. 16 rebounds to 6 for Northwest. And now a steal. Steal by Gadel, 3-on-2. To Tucker. Tucker pull up left-handed finish is good. Tucker had a very nice second half after a rough first half. Then a reach-in foul on Drew. Silly foul in the backcourt, 70 feet from the bucket. Third team foul on Viterbo in the quarter. 15-point lead is their largest of the night, but there's 6 minutes left and still a little bit of work to do here for Viterbo. By Kinger to Murray. Murray for three from deep is online, in and out. Rebound Tucker. Now another bucket here might be it. Auth will pick up the foul on Kingery. Minor issue of some sort at the table here, so. Back to the action. V-Hawks up 15, 5.5 to play. Deep three on the way from Drew is good. $70-52. Stop here probably does it. Drew now with 15. Drive by Little, got stuck in the alley, got it out of there to Howell. Still no sign of Brown Griffin, I don't believe. No, miss, rebound. Brown Griffin is at the table, she will check in. Gonna foul in the backcourt here on Little for Brown Griffin gonna check back in here, but maybe too little, too late. 18-point game with now 5 minutes to go. Little picked up that foul, her second, fourth team, so the Hawks in the super bonus here for the final 5 minutes here after that inbound. Tucker will drive, kick to Drew. Plenty of time to shoot. High post to Gadel. Kick off that to Drew. Drew for three from the corner short. Almost banked it in. Battle for the rebound, out of bounds to Northwest. Williamson at the next stoppage for Viterbo. Rise and fire Little for three, no good. Rebound Gadel. Getting close to a double-double. That is her 9th rebound, so a rebound away from a double-double. Low post feed to John. Threw it a little too far that time, but Tucker turned it over. Williamson, as we said, is in for Drew. Four minutes to play. V-Hawks up 18. Kingery, a deep three, no good. Made a bunch early, hasn't made much since, has Kingery. Double team down low to Brown between defenders. Good help defense. Williamson on the weak side helped force the miss. Got good ball pressure fronted and got the backside help. Gadel will drive and Brown Griffin going to foul out. So Brown Griffin will foul out. She will finish with 15 points and 6 rebounds. Northwest going to use their full 30 seconds here. Just 3 of 13 from the field was Brown Griffin, but 9 of 12 from the line. She's their leading scorer tonight. And I did not see who checked in. I think Howell checked back in for her. So Brown Griffin has fouled out. Soria has not returned. So basically Northwest down to 6 players at the moment. And down 18 as it is with 3.5 to go. 2 free throws here for Gadel. Free throw good. 71-52. So Tucker had 22, Drew had 23. This may be the third player for Viterbo that'll reach 20 points in a game this season if Gadel makes the free throw, and she does. She'll check out as well. Very nice night for Lauren Gadel. 20-point game, 3.5 to play. Kinger will drive, got bumped by Auth. That's a fourth team foul, so final non-shooting foul for Northwest. There's that 5. They call it a shooting foul? They call it a shooting foul? Apparently they did. It's only 4 fouls, right? Yeah, it was not a shooting foul. Okay. Yeah, they got it right here. Final non-shooting foul of the ball game. Murray will inbound. Little will inbound. To Murray. Murray drives up in traffic, underlaid it. Rebound tipped by Tucker, controlled by Auth. Headman to Hughes. Hughes all the way to the bucket, layup good. The Hawks going to win this one. Going to get 8-10 overall, 6-5 in league play. Help their chances of making it into the conference tournament. IU Northwest going to drop to 5-15 and 4-8, hurt their chances of making the tournament. Little will drive and score, but a 20-point game with 3 minutes to play. The Hawks were up 2 at the half. Free throw to open the half for John. A nice turnaround bank jump hook, off the window, no good. Like everything but the conversion. As we were saying, Hawks were up 2 at the half. Free throw to begin the half. Don't need to gamble if you're Williamson. Shot no good, rebound Little. Little's left-handed putback no good, and a foul on Hughes. Got to clean up the fouls. They foul a little bit too much, but they'll get a win here tonight. As we were saying, Hawks were up 2 at the half. Free throw to start the half from Ground Griffin. Hawks then scored 10 straight to lead 46-35. And I don't believe IU Northwest ever got within 6 with the ball after that. And have since expanded the lead here in the fourth quarter. Legs just not there for Northwest. In the second half, they've only got 21 second-half points with 2.5 minutes to go. Now 22 second-half points with 2.5 minutes to play. We'll see if the Veeksaw can work a little bit on the delay game here. To shoot. Drive and a foul. Williamson will head to the line. Murray will pick up that foul. So stick around here. Hope to be joined by Viterbo head coach here, Jordan Scar, not too long after the ball game and men's game to follow. $75-56, 2:09 to play. The Hawks in good shape to get to 7-5 here. Mount Mary, one of the weaker teams in the league, coming up next on Saturday. And good decision by Hughes to run some clock after the reset. Williamson will keep the dribble and deflect in and a foul on Kingery. Kingery not nearly as effective in the second half as she was in the first, having to play as many minutes as she has. Two more free throws here for Williamson. Go to the bench a little bit here, Will Viterbo. They get a sub in here. I'm going to guess for John. Williamson makes them both. It'll be Gina Stefferud that'll check in for John. Good job by John, not the foul. She picked up 3 in the first half, never did fouled out. 12, Taylor Jacobson, the Bangor grad, will check in here as well, replacing Auth. So Jacobson and Stefferud to get a couple of minutes here each late. Both seniors. Open in the opposite corner, Little for 3. That's short. Rebound weak side Stefferud, so she'll get herself onto the stat sheet, Will Stefferud. Ideally low some clock. Good job by Hughes to come get the ball and get the offense organized. Low post feed to Stefferud. Stefferud will try and back down. How nice finish by Stefferud down low with the left hand. So Stefferud will get a bucket late. 79-56 with $1:20 to go. As we said, Hawks going to go to 8-10 and 6-5. Northwest going to drop to 5-15 and 4-8. Down low to Howell scores. Jacobson will bring it across for the Hawks. Jacobson will drive, tried to kick it to Stefferud, deflected and stolen by Howell, and then stolen back. Top to Stefferud. Stefferud a free throw line jumper short. Battle throw and rebound. Tucker will get it. Tucker's put back is no good. And out of bounds. Actually, will stay in bounds. Murray will collect it. Another sub coming in if there's another stoppage. And there will be a stoppage and a foul here on Hughes, as Ayani Troutman will head to the line. Abby Ward will get a little time here late for Tucker. And Lydia Niederstad will get a little time here late for Hughes. Ayani Troutman will shoot 2 here for Northwest. Noticed it early. Add yellow to the list, add orange to the list of all the different shoe colors we have here tonight. Missed it. Rebound that time by Niederstad, so she'll get herself on the stat sheet. Will Niederstad. Shot clock still on, about a 3-second difference. As we said, V-Hawks now 8-10 and 6-5. Northwest now 5-15 and 4-8. Drive down by Stefferud. Missed. Rebound Howell. Battle for the rebound. Trying not to blow the whistle, but we'll get either a held ball or a foul. Get a foul on Stefferud. They'll send Howell to the line. Still plenty of chances to catch the V-Hawks at home this year. Saturday, Mount Mary, 1 o'clock. St. Francis a week from Saturday, 1 o'clock. St. Ambrose the following Saturday, so 3 straight Saturdays here. And the final Saturday of the season as well, as long as the Wednesday game in there. So V-Hawks at home 4 of the next 5 Saturdays in conference play. 79-61, looks like it's going to be the final here. Jacobson will get it to Niederstad or Abby Ward, and she'll hold and hang and run it out. V-Hawks will win this one, 79-61. As we said, V-Hawks now 8-10 on the year, 6-5 in league play. Northwest will drop to 5-15 overall and 4-8 in league play. Let's run through some stats here. We're going to give Jordan Scar a chance to come and join us here. So you're good, but I'm going to stay on here. We're going to try and get the coach on for a few minutes. So. Right. I'll hold for a few minutes, but we got plenty of time here, 25 between ball games. So keep us live here, and I'll try and get Jordan on, and we'll have Delaney come shut her down. Okay, thank you. 79-61, Viterbo winner tonight. V-Hawks ended up shooting 40% from the floor. Northwest only shot 30.5%. They were shooting 39 at the half, shot 30 in the game, so shot maybe low 20s did Northwest in that second half. V-Hawks shot a little over 40. They were a little under 40, probably shot low 40s in the second half. Pretty even in terms of three-point shooting. V-Hawks 7 of 26, Northwest 7 of 25. Northwest got to the line, only made 2 more, 18 of 26. V-Hawks 16 of 20, 80% good shooting from the line for Viterbo tonight. Didn't recognize that as we were going. V-Hawks with only 3 second-half turnovers after 12 in the first half, or 7 in the first half. 9 in the first half, 3 in the second, 12 total. Both teams finished with 12 turnovers. The Hawks outscored them 11-7 off turnovers. Big stat here, out-rebounded them 38-22, including 17-8 on the offensive glass. Well, team 11 assists. Too many fouls for Viterbo, 23 fouls. Did outscore them 6-0 off the bench, 21-8 second chance points, and 32-22 in the paint. Individually, for the V-Hawks, Oren Gadel finishes with 20 tonight. Double-double, 10 rebounds as well. 6 of 12 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line. Carly Drew finished with 15, not a great shooting night, 5 of 16, but was 3 of 9 from three-point range. 3 rebounds for her as well. Marley Hughes finished with 9. Couple rebounds, couple assists. Nora Tucker with 8 all in the second half. Tucker was 4 of 5 from two-point range, 5 rebounds, 3 assists as well. As we said a couple of times, very nice second half for her after not a great first half. Teco Foley finished with 7 and 7 rebounds before fouling out. Shayna Williamson had 6, 3 of 4 from the line. Kira John had 6, despite some foul trouble. 4 rebounds for her as well. CeCe Davis had 4. Auth had 2 points, 3 rebounds, couple assists. Good game off the bench for Chloe Auth tonight. And Stefferud had a bucket late as well for Viterbo. For Northwest, Brown Griffin leads them with 15 tonight before she fouled out. 6 rebounds, 9 of 12 from the line was Brown Griffin. Kingery had 14, I believe, all in the first half. 4 of 11 from deep. She definitely made all those threes in the first half. Yeah, she had all 14 in the first half. 4 rebounds, 2 assists for her. Diamond Howell also in double figures with 12. 4 rebounds. 8 for Gracie Little, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Soria, before she got bopped in the face and did not return, had 5 points. Madeline Murray had 4. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Hinton Henry had a bucket and 3 rebounds. And Troutman had a free throw for Northwest. Kind of ran through team stats, ran through individual stats. Ran through the schedule not too long ago. We said men's game coming up between these two as you see the men warming up down there on the floor. We'll hold this for another bit here and see if we can't get Jordan Scar to join us. They've gotten better since I saw them early in the season. It's like they've narrowed down the rotation some. Yadel has definitely improved since early in the season. Kira John has improved since early in the season. Those two maybe stuck out the most. Kind of expected a lot from Drew, expected a lot from Tucker, expected a lot from Hughes, kind of returning players for them. Still waiting for Jordan Scar. Trying to hold for Jordan. I'm trying to hold for Jordan if you can't hear me. We'll give him a little bit more. If I need to cut, if I need to cut and not take him, just let me know. I'm trying to hold for Jordan, so if you need me to cut it at some point, and yep. So we'll hold as long as we can here for Jordan Scar. We'll try and get him on here between ball games. As we were saying, though, running through the roster here, Auth has helped them off the bench more than she did early in the season. I think Williamson's improved since early in the season. I wasn't quite sure on rolls early in the season. I think that's become a little better here. V-Hawks are now 8 and 10. They were at 1 point 0 and 5. Also, were 1 and 6, 2 and 7, and 4 and 9, and 5 and 11. They won 3 straight, but started 0 and 5. So they're actually do some math here. They're 8 and 6 in their last 14. They're 8 and what did I say? 8 and 10. Yeah, 8 and 10. So they're actually 8 and 5 in their last 13 after an 0 and 5 start. So we said tough schedule to start. Played number 1 Dordt, played number 8 St. Francis on the road, and played Grandview, his receiving votes in their first 3 games. Got beaten pretty good in those first 3 games. A little more competitive in 4 and 5 against Goshen and Northwestern. And since then have not lost, have only lost a couple in a row twice, and that was spanned by the big break between Christmas and New Year's. Lost the last game after the break, before the break at Holy Cross before Christmas, and then lost the first game after the break at St. Xavier. So 8 and 5 in their last 13, have won 3 straight, and a pretty good shot to get to 4 straight here against Mount Mary on Saturday. Actually, let's find the Chicagoland schedule and do a little analysis here if we can, while we continue to wait for Jordan Scar. So we said, as you can see in the background here, men's game between these two will be coming up. If we don't get Jordan at, and we'll hold till about maybe 10 or 12 minutes here. We'll hold for another 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to get Jordan by about the 12-minute mark. We'll call it a night. Going to give the, who's ever doing the men's broadcast, the opportunity to get seated here and get set up and get a full broadcast in. Women's basketball, Chicagoland standings this season. Remaining schedule. The V-Hawks are now 6 and 5 in conference play. It should be Mount Mary. That'd be 7 and 5. Olivet is leading the league, tied for the league lead. That's on the road, figure 7-6. St. Francis at home, very good. Might not win that one. Lost to them by 20 the first time. We'll say 7-7. At Judson, 4-7 in the league. Beat them the first time by 20. We'll say 8-7. St. Ambrose lost to them by 6 the first time. And we'll give them a win there. We'll call it 9-7. At Governor State, 6-5 in the league. Beat them the first time. We'll give them a win there. Maybe, let's go back here. 7-5, 7-6, 7-7, 9-7, maybe 10-7. IU South Bend 8-3 on the road. Call that a loss. Call that a loss. Will not to get us to 10-8. St. Xavier at home. St. Xavier's pretty good. Lost them the first time by 20. We'll say 10-9. And Holy Cross at home. Lost them the first time by 7 at home. We'll give them a win there. I think they got a shot to get to 11-9. I think that's reasonable. Jordan Scar on the way here. We'll take him momentarily. I think we've got the second headset set up, so try and order these questions well here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See what I might want to cut off here. All right, Jordan Scar with us here. Final score once again, 79-61. Viterbo over Northwest, now 8-10 on the year, 6-5 in league play. Northwest drops to 5-15 and 4-8. As we get to Jordan Scar here, that press, you planned around it the whole game as they were short of little numbers. Didn't help you a lot in the first half, kind of an even game, but could kind of tell their legs were really, looked like they were pretty worn down in the second half. Thought the press got you a lot of value in the second half.
Yeah, for us, we've talked a lot about with our being able to use our depth, that it won't be the first quarter, it won't be the second quarter, but if we can stay consistent with it, we can really take chances and kind of jump some of those passing lanes that by the third, fourth quarter, just with our depth, we'll be able to kind of run them down a little bit. So collectively, that's kind of been our mindset and kind of how we've approached being able to play 94 feet, is that it's not going to be right away, but by that time that mid to late third, early fourth, the legs are going to be tired, and this is just kind of the way that we do things every day. So proud of our kids for buying into that for 40 minutes and just really being able to stay steady with it throughout the game.
A lot of deflections for you guys on defense tonight. You a team that tarts deflections? Is that an important part of your defense?
So we do at practice sometimes here and there. We talk a lot about being able to be active on ball, but then also active away from ball in those passing lanes. So anytime that we can start to get aggressive with some of those skips or anything like that, like I want my kids to take chances. Like I want them to feel comfortable, to have that freedom. And that's when you start to see some of those things really excel for us, when they know that, okay, yes, I can jump this pass, I can be active in this trap. That's when they start to get comfortable with it, but then you can see like the activity that we had today where it is flying around like that.
Had a lot of chance to decide whether you wanted to play players with fouls tonight, as John was in foul trouble. Teco Foley was in foul trouble. Gadel got into a little bit of foul trouble there as well. Are you a guy that likes to ride girls with 2 fouls in the first half? Are you an always sit? Are you an always play? Are you kind of in between? What's kind of your 2 foul philosophy?
It's more of a feel and vibe in the moment. Like how do I feel that those fouls happened? Was it out of position? Were we late? Well, then are we going to be there the next time? Was it just something that maybe just like a freak call, like we were vertical but went A to B a little bit? Then that stuff I might let our players play through. So it's really more of a feel, kind of how did those fouls come about? And like I said, if it's more footwork late, then we're probably going to rotate just to kind of eliminate some of that.
Let's get into a few individuals here. Lauren Gadel, very nice game tonight, 20 and 10. I'm going to assume maybe her best game of the season. She's maybe improved, it looks like, anybody as much as anybody on your club has this season from when I saw you early in the season.
Yeah, Lauren's had a couple really, really phenomenal weeks of practice, just from a physicality standpoint, from the competitive standpoint. She's always been a competitor, and I feel like she's taken a step up in kind of that competitiveness every day at practice, which, as you could see, kind of led into her gameplay as of late. 20 and 10 probably is one of her best career games, and something that we get to see at practice with her intensity that way. So it's nice to be able to come out and her to be able to kind of display what she's been working on.
Kira John, one of those players that fought through some foul trouble for you tonight. But two things. One, she was pretty adept offensively when she was in the game. You're able to feed her and get some easy buckets from her. And I thought did a good job defensively, not fouling in the second half to stay in the game and give you that post presence down low after Tecco Foley fouled out.
Yeah, that group's been really productive for, especially at practice. Like those three, you add Gina in there, you add Dorn in there. Just really getting after it at practice, making each other better. And Key's really come into her own this year of being able to come in and kind of be that spark for us off the bench at that post position. And she's really just owned that role right now. And so it's been fun to see her really expand her game compared to last year and just see where she's getting more comfortable on the floor, both ends of the floor.
I thought Nora Tucker had a very nice second half for you. Didn't do a whole lot in the first half, but scored creatively at times, distributed the ball pretty well, had a rebound for you some with some of those big girls in foul trouble. I thought she had a very nice second half after not a great first half.
Yeah, just a quick adjustment for her mentally. Some of those things that we talk about on a daily basis as far as, positionally where we can be on the floor, where we should be, where the ball's in a certain spot. I think just kind of was a little bit more attentive to those things in the second half, and then that's when you see her, that ability to jump some of those things, get out in transition, have rhythm offensively. And so I think she just found herself in a better defensive position in the second half, which then allowed her to be more in a flow offensively.
Last thing for you here, taking a look ahead, you're now over 500, 6-5 in the conference. Type of year where you kind of be happy to make the conference tournament, be competitive in a game, or do you think you have a chance to maybe do some damage in a conference tournament and you put together some wins here in the second half?
Yeah, I really like where we're at. I think we're a team that hasn't really peaked yet. I think we still have some areas where we can continue to grow. But the best part is that they show up and work every day, so we have those opportunities to get better. We haven't really had a lull. You kind of sometimes hit that mid-season lull in January. This group has not hit that. They've bought into coming in every day and getting better. And you can see in a lot of games, like we've had in our 5 losses, we've had leads in 3 of them. 2 of them we've been competitive in early and then kind of got away from us late. And so we continue to really progress like I think we can. I think we're going to be one of those teams that you do not want to play come playoff time.
Congratulations on the win, Jordan. Thanks for joining us here. We'll talk to you soon. That's Viterbo head coach Jordan Scar. Let's wrap things up. 79-61, Viterbo over IU Northwest. About 8.5 minutes until the men's game start. We'll call it a night. A men's game back with you here in about 8.